Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. It is a real delight to show you this particular car. It's a V6 coupe, 340 horsepower from the supercharged engine. It's a 2017 R-Dynamic car, and it's in a great colour palette with fabulous options. Let's take a look around. When you spend as much time around Jaguar F-Types as we do, you come to realise that the colour palette very much dictates the look of the car. A car in red or white presents completely differently to a car in blue or green. And it's definitely true that one of the colours which suits an F-Type best is grey. And then of the range of greys in which F-Types have been offered, Storm Grey, also known as Carpathian Grey, which we see on this beautiful car, is one of the most popular. It's a slightly understated colour. It's not a showy colour, and yet put this car in a car park amongst others, and in this shade it really does shine. And then this particular car, which is marrying the Storm Grey with these beautiful Style 5058 alloy wheels, which have been freshly factory refurbished in dark shadow chrome, and that goes so beautifully with the paint shade on the car and with the black design pack side skirts which you see there. It all adds up to a very effective aesthetic indeed. And this particular vehicle, a 2017 car with excellent, mostly main dealer service history, just one independent service in June of this year, looks absolutely stunning, and it's in beautiful condition, a real credit to its previous owners. You'll know that we're very fussy indeed here at Sports and Touring about the vehicles we stock. We have very high standards, and this car meets and exceeds those standards with ease. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with the original owner's book pack and 2 remote key fobs, and we can blip the fob to unlock the door and see the power fold mirrors deploy, and then grasping this beautiful handle with the Jaguar logo, we can look inside at a gorgeous cockpit space. A really splendid piece of design by Jaguar, I have to say. And everything about this car in superb condition. The door card there is, I dare say, as it left the factory. Among the options, electric memory seats and Meridian sound. And looking further in, the dashboard, centre console, these beautiful ebony seats with the stitching are in great condition, as are the carpets and mats. Sitting down into the F-Type, and you meet a mix of very attractive aesthetics and very clever technology. Looking around, we can see behind between the headrests there's a handy little net where you can stow some valuables perhaps. Between the seats we've got another useful stowage with USB sockets, an HDMI connection and 12-volt supply. A handy cup holder. And then to explore the rest, we'll start up the supercharged V6 using the start button there. And as we do that, we'll see the instrument display do its little flying display, and the centre air vent will rise up into the deployed position. A lovely exhaust note as ever from a Jaguar F-Type. They really sound as good as they look. And you can see there the engine revs are slightly higher than normal. That protects the catalytic converter at startup. Back to the centre console, which again is in just beautiful condition. We've got switches here for the Eco Stop Start, for the rear spoiler, which you can be deployed with the button there. It goes up automatically at set speeds and comes down at set speeds as well, or you can put it up and down using the button, especially for cleaning the car. That's very important. Traction control on off, and the switched active sports exhaust button, which opens those valves and gives that throatier tone to the exhaust note. Then one of my favourite features, the shift stick. It's a beautiful piece of design, very ergonomic, it falls beautifully into the hand, and it's very functional, very easy to use. Park button on the top for when you finish driving. On the front, a trigger, which enables you to move it into the drive position. That puts you in gearbox drive mode. So normal driving, and then if you're going to push the car a little harder, across into sport, and in that mode you can shift up and down using the shift stick. You've always, of course, got the flappy paddles on the steering wheel, which enable you to change gear without taking your hands off the wheel. Very important if you're manoeuvring the car at speed. Next to the shift stick, we've got the driving mode selector, and 3 modes here. Normal, what I call the vanilla mode. We've got rain, ice and snow, which is very useful in slippery conditions. And then we move the switch rearwards into dynamic mode, and you can see there the instrument binnacle turns red and says dynamic mode confirmed, telling you that you're now in full-on tutti frutti driving mode. Back to the centre console, and we've got the climate control here, dual zone, so you and your passenger can enjoy different temperatures, and with heated seats as well. Very important for the British winter. Another thing very handy in the winter is the electrically heated front windscreen that clears very rapidly on a cold morning. And speaking of those things, it's a heated steering wheel in this car as well. So having said it's exquisitely well specified, those are some of the things which for me make it really particularly good. Back over the infotainment screen, and we can see that we have the media selection, top left. That enables you to choose between FM, AM and DAB radio, Bluetooth audio source as well, and the auxiliary connection. And this car has a media library too, so you can load songs into it and play them back. We've also got, on this particular car, valet mode. We've got the in-control apps and contacts list as well, available through the home screen second page. Here we've got the telephony screen, and we've got climate controls as well there, which enable you to set the airflow as you wish and synchronize the 2 temperatures if you so choose. Very fully featured Bluetooth telephony, and then excellent satellite navigation with clear directions and very clear mapping on this lovely big display. Over on the steering wheel, and by the way, as well as being heated, this is the flat-bottomed sports steering wheel, another extra cost option on this F-Type. Over here we've got the infotainment, audio and Bluetooth controls on the left. We've got the automatic headlamps on the left-hand side there on the stalk, and over here on the right, cruise control and active speed limiter, and the rain-sensitive wipers. It's a beautiful cockpit, both as a place simply to sit in and enjoy the look of it and the feel of the design, and especially when driving the car. This car really connects driver through machine to road in the most attractive way. It's a highly rewarding car. If you're lucky enough to take an F-Type on the track, I really do recommend it, because it is every much a proper sports car ready for the racetrack. But equally it's one which is so easy to live with on the road, whether you're going on a grand touring holiday or simply making a local journey. Each time you're behind the wheel of an F-Type really is such a pleasure. And an example like this, which has been so well cared for, is in such good condition with such great options, really is a thing of beauty to have in your life, I dare say. Let's switch the engine off and have a look in the boot. A lot of sports cars sacrifice boot space for the design, but the F-Type was very cleverly put together on the drawing board so that we still have 310 litres of luggage space here in a 2-seat sports coupe with the excellent aesthetic lines that the F-Type enjoys. It's a boot which extends right out behind the rear wheel arches, so if you want to take golf clubs or fishing rods with you, that's easy to do. And there's a useful stowage bin under the boot floor as well, right there. A very practical space. Stick to soft-sided bags rather than hard-sided suitcases, and it's easy to get enough in there for a long touring holiday in your F-Type. And again, everything in this boot is in super order. There are no stains or marks, no blemishes, no signs of mistreatment at all. by previous keepers. It is in fine order indeed. Around on the passenger side of the car, and by the way, this car has two-stage locking enabled, so the first unlock only operates the mirrors and unlocks the driver's door. That's for your security as you're getting into the car alone. To open the passenger door, it's a second press on the remote, and that enables us to have a look in the passenger side, where again we see an unblemished, perfect door card. The scuff plate, which is unscuffed, and with the R-Dynamic logo on it. And again, the carpet mat, dashboard, and this beautiful full leather seat is in very fine condition indeed, a thing of beauty, and I dare say hardly ever sat in. Once again, very pleasing results from our examination of this car. Under the bonnet, and again we can see here that everything is in very fine order indeed. There under the cover is the supercharger sitting on top of the supercharged 3-litre V6 power plant, producing 340 horsepower and taking this F-Type from 0 to 60 in just 5.3 seconds and on to a top speed artificially limited at 161 miles an hour. And if you're on a journey to buy an F-Type, do take some time to read Jaguar's material about all of the technology that goes to make the F-Type such a splendid machine to handle on the road or indeed on the racetrack. Torque vectoring by braking, for example, one of those features which does sharpen the F-Type considerably. And yet here we have a classic rear-wheel drive British supercharged sports car, just as some purists would say they should be. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a real pleasure to show you another beautiful F-Type. With Sports and Touring, we're just outside Andover in Hampshire. We're open 7 days a week by appointment only. You are very welcome to email, telephone or WhatsApp us with any inquiries, or if you'd like to arrange to see this car either in person or by a video call. If you've got a car to dispose of on your buying journey, we will give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience, whether that's by part exchange, selling privately or using one of the car buying services or whatever. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews on Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of our achievements there. And I will close by saying thank you again, and I do look forward to hearing from you very soon.